Tell us a little bit about Pittsboro Subdivisions.
Well, Pittsboro Subdivisions, we have basically Chatham Forest, Powell Place, Potterstone, Willow Springs, Magnolia Trace, Ashford Lakes, Ross Ridge. I'm probably missing a few, but those are some of those.
Bobcat Point.
Bobcat Point is not in Pittsboro.
Okay.
It's out yonder.
Right.
Bobcat Point is, we've sold a lot of homes in Bobcat Point. That is one of my favorite large acreage subdivisions.
Which are which subdivisions are large acreage?
Whew, I'm probably going to miss some of those. So the two that we've done a lot of business in would be Bobcat Point and Cattail Creek. Those are two in the Silk Hope area. They're probably averaging right now about 350. Then out toward the lake, there are several of them. Windfall is one that we've done quite a bit in. Those are going to be like 3 to 7 acres. But those are going to average about the $800,000 range because it's so close to apex carry, RDU, RTP, and that lake area. There's really a lot. There's that Heritage Point out at the lake. Those are like 3 to 11 acres. Those are getting pretty close to $1 million right now. But when we go around the lake, there's quite a few large acreage subdivisions, but they're usually around like 8 to 12 lots themselves. So there's not a whole lot that's coming off the top of my head because there's just so many of them. Halfway between Pittsboro and Siler City, there's one called Hickory Downs. Those are pretty expensive homes. There's probably several homes between 500 and $1 million. That's off of Bower Store Road and on 64. It's beautiful.
Which subdivisions in Pittsboro are best for kids? I've seen a lot in Potterstone. They've got
Potterstone, there's an awful lot of kids. For whatever reason, I'm getting a lot of positive feedback from people that live in Chatham Forest. Chatham Forest just really has like one basketball court and an itty bitty playground. It does have some natural areas or whatever, but I think one of the things that makes those neighborhoods so kid friendly are the people that live there and the kids that are there or whatever. It's not the price point. It's not where they work. It's not ethnicity or anything like that. It's just I encourage if someone has kids to drive through these neighborhoods. And Potterstone's nice. I don't have anything against Potterstone, but when you drive through Chatham Forest, it does have a little bit of that Norman Rockwell thing where you actually see 7 kids in the driveway jumping rope. But that's, some people say that's a cookie cutter subdivision, and if you're in a cookie cutter subdivision, you might have cookie cutter kids. One of the things that I had a bunch of fun with was Bobcat Point. When I've had friends that live out in Bobcat Point, we've gotten together and done the hayride for trick-or-treating because that's a large acreage subdivision, and so it's harder for those kids to get together or whatever. But there's just ponds and woods and animals and streams, and that's just, kids are getting muddy and riding their bikes everywhere. And that, for whatever reason, that Bobcat Point is a really, really tightly knit community. Then we have Chapel Ridge. I mean, that's a golfing community, but my kids live there with their mother, and Chapel Ridge has an awful lot of kids, and it certainly has made my daughter feel a lot better that she has friends and she knows people that are going to school with her. And those are like 1/4 acre to 1/2 acre lots, and they have basketball court, but they have that community swimming pool, and they have a gym and tennis courts, whatever. So I think those kids get together quite a bit. And we've done the hay rides out at Chapel Ridge too, which at Chapel Ridge my kids always love trick-or-treating there because they got full king-size candy bars, and one guy was giving out movie passes, which that's not the normal for trick-or-treating. But and then of course it's not Pittsboro, but one of the places that people are talking about that's very kid friendly and has an awful lot of kids is Briar Chapel. That's between Pittsboro and Chapel Hill, right off of 15501, and that's such a massive subdivision, and it has a huge range of townhomes and smaller homes and mid-sized homes and big homes, and it has a bunch of parks and walking trails and biking trails, and it has a swimming pool with a kiddie pool. So that one is one that comes up many times, and it's an excellent school system. People are like, this is where I want my kids to go. But there's nothing wrong with living out in the country on some acreage and homeschooling, or some of the smaller rural schools, and those kids get to ride four-wheelers and dirt bikes and hunt and fish, and so it's all what you want. But those are some that come to mind as being very kid friendly.